Hello, welcome back. So this is our fourth lecture for the hashing chapter, chapter 21. And in this lecture, we are going to go over the third coding example in our textbook. So it's still regarding HashMap. But in this example, we implemented using chain approach. Okay, instead of the probing. Okay. So the two files, the Java player class and the HashMap interface are exactly the same as the third example. Uh, the implementation for the Java hash for our hash map this time is different. We use linked list, okay, to solve the chained linked list to solve the conflict. Okay. And so I name this hash map as my Java hash map as chain, okay, and it implement that hash map interface. And the difference here is uh, regarding the array, okay, for to store all of the key value pair. Okay, so this time our array is not a direct type of the entry, but instead it's a linked list of the entry. So that's the difference. Okay, so this is similar as the first coding example about the hash table. So over here we use a linked list, but the linked list type is the entry, okay? So because of this, so when we initiate our array for our hash map, we need to use a linked list, array of linked list. Okay, so this is a different point. Contains k and contains value. Contains value, the implementation is different because over here, uh, the table is still an array, but the type is linked list. So we loop through the linked list, okay? And because it's a linked list, so each array, each array over here, each array slot, it has a linked list. Okay, it has a linked list. And for this linked list, then what we are going to do, we also going to do item by item check to see if the value exists. So here is a difference from the previous implementation. And then let's see for the get. Yeah, same thing for this get. So find the item from key and return value. Okay. So this part is the same. And then for the loop through the array. Okay. And because this loop through the specific item in the array. And basically, this specific item is a linked list. So over here, we use for each loop with a linked list, and then do key by key check. Okay, if we find it, then we can return the value. That's the get method. And for the put, for this put is the add method. Okay, add an item. For the add item, so if the key value pair already exists, what we are going to do is going to update the value. So this part is similar. Okay, we needed to handle it. So if it contains the key, then because over here it contains the key and one key under one key, because it's a linked list. And each linked list item is an entry. That entry basically is the key value pair. So we do the loop, okay, basically here through the linked list, and then to see if the key is the same. If the key is the same, then we are going to update the key with this specified value. Okay, then we return the old value. So this part is similar as the previous one. And if no such key, then we need to create a new linked list. So in this case, this key exists. Okay, and then in other cases, key doesn't exist. Key not exist. So if key not exists, then you need to create a new linked list here. Okay, and so over here we create a new linked list, and we also add the entry to the respective linked list. Okay, so what we do is we create a new entry and then at the specified linked list, then we add the item. So you can see that implementation is different. It's different from that linear probing. Okay, and the quadratic probing it's also similar. It's because it's also use array, pure array for the all of the key value pair items. Okay, let's see the remove. Okay, remove method over here, it's also through. So if we find the item and then we need to loop through the linked list. Okay, because the item is stored in linked list, then we need to call linked list, the remove method to remove it from the linked list. So here is different from that pure array linear probing implementation. Over there, we just assign the respective array slot to null, okay, to null, because we cannot remove uh, uh, array item. And the remove key value, it's similar, it's just we also add confirm value part, it's the same. Then we go ahead and do the remove. And the replace part, okay, so over here we loop through. So once we find, then we loop through the respective linked list, okay, and then we update the value to the new value. Okay, so here is the entry set. It returns the set. And so here we have that set to store the key value pair, okay? And then we loop through the array here. Within the array, what we going to loop is loop through the linked list. and then we add the respective item if it exists to the set. And for the key set, it's similar, okay, as what we just discussed. Collections, so it's just the changes over here. We need to deal with the loop for the linked list. And we can also output all of the linked list here. Okay, so that's for the implementation of the hash map using chained linked list. And for the testing driver, it's exactly the same as the second example, but the running result, you can see it's different. And we can also see here, if you see each key, is it? So this is the hashed key. So basically it's the indices of array. Okay, and you can see under it, it has not just has a single player, as it has multiple players information here. So basically this is linked list implementation. Okay. Okay, so that's all for this lecture. And in our next lecture, we are going to discuss Java frameworks, hash map. See you.